Hey guys, this is Lee here, and in this video I'm going to go over the Sunfish Sailboat of one of the best sailors in American history, Paul Foerster. So here we have Paul Foerster, one of the most decorated sailors in United States history, and I would say arguably one of the best sailors in American history ever. I met you back in 2008 at the World Championship in Canada, which you won. It's one of your high accolades. What makes this World Championship different from the other one in 2008?
Actually, the lake here is very similar to what we have up in at Buffalo Canoe Club. It's very shifty, back and forth. Hard to predict which way the wind's going. The only difference in Buffalo, the last day we had monster wind come in and the huge waves. We're not going to get that here, but it's very similar though. In Buffalo, I hit every shift there and was lucky enough to win the regatta. Here, I'm too rusty and I was missing too many shifts to have a chance here, and I'm very old. So.
Well, that is. I have a house pool going, and actually picked you and a couple of others picked you to be first place in this. It's going to be a tough one to get on first. So in the last half of this regatta, do you have any goals for the last half of the regatta?
Yeah, just to sail well, not be over early. I was over early once, and I don't think we're going to get enough races to have another throw out. So. Right. Just need to be a little careful and sail fast and try to hit some ships and have fun.
Okay, sounds good. So if you don't mind, you can still continue to rig your boat if you need to. You're using a brand new 1978 vintage Alcord, I guess, sailboat here?
$500.
This is great. So you got it for $500. When did you buy this boat?
Oh, a few years ago, when my kids were wanting to sail it. So
a few years ago, you bought a $500 boat. So a few years in the last 15 years.
Actually, my wife had a Sunfish very similar to this, and I raced it at the North Americans here, and it was a 73, I think.
Okay. And
I won the North Americans here in that. And I just like the sound of the older boats. I think I've tried the newer boats, but they don't have the same sound. So it seems like I'm more in tune with the old boats since I've been sailing them longer.
So you're saying the sounds? Are you saying that the blocks are soft in this boat, or they're loose?
Oh, they're loose in this boat. Yeah, you'll hear me coming down the racetrack. If it was going to be a windy regatta, I would have used one of the newer boats. I tried those out, and they're really fast when it's windy.
Oh, okay, so you do like the stiffer boat, and you had an option to, but you figure it's going to be a flatter regatta without too much chop. Yep. Were you actually surprised with the chop?
No, that's normal from when the wind's out of the north. When the wind's out of the south, it's a little flatter. So.
Okay, so
and it wasn't the chop, because when I have chop in this boat, I just heel over on the chines. It's more of it. It's windier. Then I'd rather have a new boat.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to go over your boat here. I actually went over the boat while you were rigging. This boat is as simple as you can get.
Well, I had some complicated stuff on it, but the first day it was just getting me all messed up. So I just made a simple outhaul and a simple Cunningham, and I do have a gens in, so you can do a little reverse.
Right.
I'd like that capability.
Okay.
It's just something else to mess with. So.
What I do notice that's really different about your boat is you sail with the gooseneck and the tack lower spar almost 1 inch off the deck.
Yeah. That's what my buddy Greg Gust has taught me. I've learned a ton from him. He's always faster than me when we go out training, so I try to match him with whatever he's doing, because he's usually faster than me.
And so do you do the windward heel like Greg and Stewart?
I've tried that, but I haven't made that work, no.
Okay, so but I'll let you go, but a couple more questions, and hopefully I can get more questions later on with you. What's your secret to being such a great sailor over, 3 decades? You went to 4 Olympics, you had 3 medals, right. You went to the Pan Am Games, multiple class champion, J24s, JY15s. etc. The Flying Dutchman. I keep going.
The secret is to sail all the time. No matter what boat I sail, Flying Dutchman, 470s, JYs, Vanguard 15s, Laser, Sunfish, J24s, J22s, Flying Scots. It doesn't matter what boat, you just go to a regatta and sail that boat and just keep sailing every chance you get.
All right.
I'm rusty now because I haven't been racing hardly any for the last few years.
Yeah, but you had more racing in a couple of years than most people have in their lifetime.
That's true. I'm just trying to remember how that was.
And the Sunfish, you're actually sailing two boats, one on port and one on starboard.
That is very true.
All right, so Paul, I'll let you go, and good luck. We still got 45% of the races to go. Good luck. Hopefully you're raising the rank. You're still in the low teens, I think. Even with the 1978 boat,
yep.
Which sounds like a kettle drum, but...
And that could be much better if I was a little better prepared.
All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Paul Foerster. He is an amazing sailor, taking this boat that is 50 years old or 48 years. I can't do the math in my head. So if anyone is looking to go racing, they can get an older boat and still race at your club level, local level. You might not be able to do as well as Paul is because he is obviously a really experienced and talented racer. But Greg Gust, also of the Gust to Just fame, he's sailing an older boat, and even with all the tinkering around, he does have the 2-halyard system. He does sail with his gooseneck at about 15. The halyard is really low. As you can see, the tack is almost scratching deck, almost about an inch off. There's no special doohickeys on the boat.
One thing I did this old boat is I did get a new centerboard,
right,
which I like better.
I did notice.
I did get a new. I did use a new rudder because I like the shape of that more.
Yeah.
But I did put on the old tiller because it's a little lighter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then it looks like you have new spars too. Or newer
yeah, that's
spars.
True.
Okay. So that's great. Thanks a lot for your input. It's an amazing. Hopefully I'll talk to you a little bit later. So yeah, you can be competitive when he bought this boat for about $500. But I'm sure it's dry. He has an inspection port. As you can see here, it's very important to keep your boat dry. So he taped it up, make sure there's no water getting in there. He uses a really thin main sheet that looks like 5 millimeters, and so it runs through the blocks. He is also using the Game Changer. That's what I'm calling the Game Changer 2-to-1.
I love the 2-to-1.
Yeah.
I have been getting tendonitis in my elbows.
Right.
And I went to this and stopped getting it.
Nice. And then you're in the great Grandmaster fleet, right? I think 60 to 60.
I'm 60. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. And your birthday's coming up, I think, in about a month.
That's right, 61.
There you go. So, as Paul said, he's getting a little tendonitis. So if anyone is having a little bit of tendonitis, or if you need a little bit of ease, the 2-to-1 makes sailing easier. And when sailing is easier, it's more fun. So he has a cleat here. Nothing crazy, nothing you haven't seen in any of my videos. He keeps his bottom clean and dry and smooth. He plugs that up with some tape to keep it dry. Make sure it's not leaking. He has a pretty long tiller extension, probably about 40 inches, I'm assuming. And he uses a compass. So basically it's tiller time. Like he said, a lot of sailing. Multiple boats. You could learn on a Sunfish. Once you learn on a Sunfish, you could basically sail any boat you want from 8 feet to 800 feet. When you get a bigger boat, you might need a little bit of help. All right, so got Paul Foerster's boat. This is Lee Montes. So if you like this content, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the water.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display.